Let's start the NHL postseason right now.
Yes, please.
The timer went off. The Canes are ready. Andrei Svechnikov was the alarm you set on the microwave saying, "Food's ready, food's done,
Yeah.
Let's go. It's dinner time. Let's eat. Main course." That was about as good of a game against Boston as you could ask for. It's still the regular season, so the actual value of it is mythical at this point for me. But it's make no mistake about it, it's good. Svech is on his Shut Up, I'm Good tour, as we talked about yesterday. And, he told us all to shut up, he's good. Last night was a complete performance from the entire team, and it felt intentional. Right? We talked about it being a mental thing. They lost to Boston last week, and maybe there was a hint of an edge you could get by playing well and beating them last night. Whatever hint of an edge was available, they got it. It felt intentional. Andrei Svechnikov didn't just score a goal. He scored a Svechnikov. It's like gymnastics, right? If you do something no one's ever done before, they name the move after you. Andrei Svechnikov pulled off a Svechnikov, that lacrosse goal from back the cradle, I guess it's something they're calling it now.
It's actually on the official stat line on NHL.com, like they give you like how this goal was scored, wrist shot, slap shot, deflection, tip in, whatever it is. It just says cradle.
I guess they should call it a Svech.
They should.
Svechnikov was asked what was going through his head when deciding to go for the lax goal, the cradle goal, the Svech.
Just kind of when I beat the D, and actually I kind of didn't have the space, to be honest, because the D was, his stick was right on me, and I just kind of did it quick enough that he didn't get my stick, so I got a little bit lucky there, and hopefully we're going to see more.
I wish he would have said, what was going through my head? I wanted everybody to shut up. What was going through my head? I was looking for the opportunity to do that because people were saying I haven't been playing well and I've been in my own feelings, so I wanted to make them shut up. That would have been awesome. Of course, he's not going to do that. But he can ride that wave of attitude. Like there is a certain amount of confidence that comes with even trying to pull that off, right? A certain amount of, I know I'm good, right? It's. There were a few times in the NBA. I remember Gerald Green did it. Shout out for people that remember Gerald Green. I remember Vince Carter did it, obviously a UNC legend going into the Hall of Fame. But there's that moment where somebody throws an alley-oop, and you're like, oh, cool, this awesome dunker is going to catch it and put down the alley-oop. And then they, like, windmill it, and you're like, oh, they're confident in themselves.
Oh.
Different, right? It's one thing to, like, score a wraparound goal. It's another to take it vertical and go cradle to the top of the net. That's he knows he's good, right? He knows he's playing in rarefied air. Yesterday and the day before, really for the last week, we've been talking about how the Canes are playing extremely well, but if they want to take that next step, they could probably win in the first round, maybe even the second round, but to win it all, to achieve the lofty goals that they've set for themselves and that we've all set for them, they're going to need good Svech. Last night they got good Svech. And maybe even more importantly than the goal scoring, the assist, maybe even more important than the kind of strategic and schematic and decision-making and execution, was the fact that he didn't get caught up in the frustration like we've seen him get caught up in recently. There were no retaliation penalties, right? And there were opportunities. You can, it's the Draymond Green thing. As soon as you get the reputation for somebody who people can get under your skin, everybody is going to try to get under your skin. And I believe the Boston Bruins were trying to get under Svech's skin, and he stayed level-headed enough. I don't want to take all emotion out of it, but he stayed level-headed enough.
He didn't bite.
He didn't, yeah, exactly. He didn't take the cheese. Didn't take the bait. Didn't fall for it. I'm going to use, this is a direct quote from Dennis Cox, who you just heard. He said this in the office today, and I went, ooh, that's good. I'm writing it down. I'm going to use that on the show. When the Canes play like that, they beat everybody and anybody. When the Canes play like they did last night, If they can do that, however many times they have to do it, 16 times, they hoist the cup. If they can play like that 16 times, plan the parade. I understand the magnitude of it, and I believe the magnitude of it when you say that. Right? That's why our herd confidence meter is all the way at plan the parade. Take us to the 2-shot on the video. There you go. Plan that parade. If they can play like they did last night 16 times in the postseason, plan the parade becomes execute the parade. Here's Rod Brind'Amour describing the win over Boston.
Well, I think it was a great team win. Good team effort. Everybody played solidly. A couple big plays, obviously. Jarvis shorthanded goal. That's a big, probably put the game away there. Could go a different way if they get a power play goal. So, and then our Cooch made some real good saves in the third when they kind of had their push going. So, but overall, I just thought it was a good 20-man effort.
It was a good win. He gave him the day off today, by the way.
Yeah, they're going to practice tomorrow, then fly out to St. Louis, and they got to go to Chicago, and then Columbus right after that.
It is ironic that professional athletes work their entire lives to be professional athletes, and then the biggest pop you get in the locker room is when you're like, you don't have to play the sport tomorrow. And they're, yeah!
Like, let's go.
After the game, he credited Jarvis, first of all. Great goal, great effort. He continues to do all the little things. 30 goals for Seth Jarvis. Do you want to take your victory lap now?
I do. I mean, I could have taken this actually a few games ago. I predicted before the season Seth Jarvis would have 60-plus points, and he's at 63 now.
30 goals.
Yeah.
60-plus points. Cha-ching.
Yeah. That young man is earning himself a lot of shit.
But it's the good kind of money to spend. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I saw this argument today. Josh Allen, not the quarterback, the edge rusher for Jacksonville, the Jaguars signed a massive deal. I saw someone everyone was going like, "Oh no, how is Jacksonville going to afford this?" And there had to literally be I think it was a fan even. I don't think it was a reporter. Had to jump into the conversation and go, "No, this is what you want to spend money on."
Yeah.
You draft a guy in the first round. He plays well enough that he tilts the competitive landscape in your favor. You pay that guy. That's by design. Things are going well. This is not you don't want to pay this guy because how will you afford everything else? It's you pay this guy because he's worth it. Seth Jarvis is going to get paid this offseason. It might come at the expense of another position or another player that you like, but overall, it is a good thing. You have another 30-goal scorer on your team. You have another 60-plus point guy on your team.
Isn't that the point? Like, you draft guys in the first round to hopefully eventually keep them around for a decade?
It's and do the little things, buy into the culture, be a great representative of the team, excellent personality and marketability. Like, you pay Seth Jarvis every single time, and you do not sign that check with a frown. You sign that check with a big fat smile on your face. Rod Brind'Amour was asked how Seth Jarvis has elevated his game.
Well, we've talked a lot about him throughout the year, obviously. He's just growing, as a player, and kind of doing he does everything that we ask him to do, and he just keeps getting better. So future's definitely bright for him.
Seth Jarvis was good. I believe Svech was great. Kochetkov was really good in net.
First time we said his name.
Which is a shame that it took us 10 minutes to do that. Couple of the defenders really good. Gensel, that guy was a good trade acquisition. The Canes looked like stereotypical Canes. It was a grind. The goals were heavy. They were earned. The defense made life very difficult for Boston. Carry that over for 3 more games and into the postseason. Do not throttle down. And again, I'll use the saying we did earlier. When the Canes play like that, they beat everybody and anybody.